Ladies, gentlemen, everything in between, we have a scrawlrbox. It is bulging a bit. I am highly interested what is in here, so let's open it. Okay, it's white watercolor paper, acid-free, hot press, I guess. HP, hot press? Possibly. Then we have a very black scrawler zine. No! Stuart Simple. I already see the pinkest pink. Is it possible that we have the blackest black? Oh, that would be great. Oh, I would love that. I always wanted to try that out. Am I hyping myself before I even know what I get? Yes. Oh! We have the pinkest pink. We have, is it black 4.0? Brightest white. And easy climb. Whatever. Oh, that's good. That's nice. Oh, yeah. You might notice I'm slightly excited. A brush, a candy, and a sticker. That's good. We need to swap that in a minute. I don't know what you are, and I don't think that I want you. We need to swap. I have the feeling these paints from Stuart Simple are quite famous, at least in the art community. Not sure if whoever watches this ever heard of it. Especially the black, because we had black, don't know what ever point. Oh, why are you open? But at least you still work, that's good. Okay, this pouch was open already. Do I get something out? Anyway, it went quite viral because blacks, the blackest black and everything. Oh, okay. The seal just broke. And a lot of people already reviewed it. Now I have a little bit of white in it. Let's try to remove that. But I still want to use some of my insanely cheap paints next to it, just to compare the two. I have to go through the scrawler zine in a minute to find out what's so special about the blue. Because as far as I know, most of the paints are very special. The white is supposed to be the whitest white, the black basically the blackest black, and so on and so forth. So I assume there is something special about the white as the blue as well. And now, what are you? Oh, that is a powder. We have to read about that in a minute. Or I first have to read about it, and then we can try that out. So they now need a moment to dry, and then it makes sense to compare them. I wait and I will be back, and then I know what to do with the pink powder. Okie dokie. So, first of all, you are supposed to mix the powder with water, what we will do in a second. And second of all, the blue is a specific shade of blue that was trademarked, if I'm getting that right, by an artist. I will butcher the first name, so I don't even say it, but the second name was Klein. That's why it's Easy Klein. So, again, Culture Hustle or Stuart Semple did what they do best, making colors that other artists trademarked for them and refused to share possible to be used by everyone. So I am now going to mix a teeny tiny bit of pink just to test it out, and I think I had I don't. Let's do it like this. Yeah, should always already be enough. And then I already know what I want to draw, because we had inside here was this drawing of an optical illusion. And ages ago I made a drawing with this. There is this optical illusion where you have basically a checkerboard, and inside different of the squares you have tiny squares, so the whole thing looks slightly wonky. And I then basically just used I sketched a girl in the front, and I only painted black what was more or less her shadows, and the rest stayed white. The only thing that had colors were her eyes. They were green. And I want to do now, by using this optical illusion, which is mainly black and white, again putting the girl in the front, she gets blue eyes, and I want to use the pink in the end as the border. That is basically the whole concept, because now I can say it. Back then I completely messed it up. Instead of having the original as a reference and looking at it, I just tried it out of my memory, and I messed it up completely. Let's just say it like that. If I find a picture of it, I am going to show you the thing. I still have it in my hallway hanging there, but yeah, I think it's time to revisit that and make a new version. I already have very pink water. Let's just put a bit of the pigment on here, a bit more. And something I thought was highly interesting, you can put it in resin, which is something I like to do all the time. Okay. I am enjoying crafting with resin, so yeah. See, now, okay, if you just do a teeny tiny bit of water, you get a more paste-like, acrylic paint-like consistency. And then, yeah, it is a very hot pink, which was expected. Anyway, on paper, I admit I do see that there is a difference between the two blacks I used, but I'm first of all not sure if you can see it, and second of all, I do have the I do think it's mostly because this one is insanely matte. I could try to put a matte varnish on top, but I don't think that I have one that really is that matte. What I want to try, because it's visible on the plain surface, but I would like to try to paint half and half of this, which is quite patterned, and see how those disappear. So that is what I will do now. The drawing I talked about I will do, and I will stick two of these together for the drawing to have a little bit more, to do a little bit bigger surface, and paint covering these. Okay, let's wrap this up. First of all, the optical illusion I tried didn't really work, as you might notice. It is supposed to make everything feel a little bit more wonky so that you can't really see a straight line in the background. I did one version, which I don't have a picture of, where it worked. My first version failed because I did dots in every corner of all the squares, and I'm not sure if it's just because I already did it so wonky or I made her too big. Anyway, I kind of like it anyway. So, and the first attempt of this kind of painting, I still have hanging in my hallway. So I like the overall idea. I might even go in back later and paint the dots black again, because, yeah, as I said, it didn't really work. Anyway, let's talk about the different paints. Let's start with the pinkest pink powder. I haven't really found the right ratio. I tried it with mixing it with the white and water, which is okay. It, when dry, has the same pink-ish as, or pink as, the powder. I really enjoyed how vivid it was in the when first mixed. I think it's a bit of a shame that it goes back to more of the powdery pink, and it does go back to a very powdery consistency again. Yeah, it's a pink. What can I say? I'm not the biggest fan of pink, but it is a very bright pink. The Easy Klein color. It's a blue. It's a nice blue, yes, but it's a blue. I never really understood why specific shades of a color need to be trademarked. Anyway, world's brightest white. Yeah, it's a white. As you might have noticed, I completely skipped painting in every little square because the difference between the white of the paper and the white of the paint is not big enough, in my opinion, that it justifies doing that. But I have to say, I do enjoy all of the pigments. It's, for how it's advertised, I did expect more from the pinkest pink and the whitest white, but it is, or both of them are quite nice, and this as well. All of these are quite nice. Let's now talk about Black 4.0. It's the first black whatever 0.0 I tried, and you might remember the thing that I painted in the beginning. It is very obvious that the 4.0 is a very, very matte, has a very matte finish, and because of that, now with the big lights on, I clearly see that you have the structure of the cast underneath. When I turn them off and adjust and have a bit less light, it's barely visible that there is even any structure on the side where I used the 4.0. The other side, it's because it's shiny and not as dark, it's clear right away. So it is quite the nice pigment. I think when I look at the comparison here, you do see the difference between the two versions of black, and the 4.0 is far superior without a question, but I think it really, really, really shines, or not, when you use it on an object, for example. Yeah, so overall, I have to say, this was an insanely exciting box for me, because I always wanted to try out the Stuart Sample paints, since I first saw the first video about, I think it was Black 2.0, and I saw a video by Super Ray Dazzle, and since then I wanted to try it out, but I always thought it was too expensive for just having a color to possibly try it out and then having it drying in the tube, because I won't use it that often. So this was perfect. I had enough of an amount to try out stuff. I even gave a little bit away to a friend of mine. So this box, I think, was a great thing if you like to try out stuff like this. And most artists, I think, would be interested to try out these things. So great box, great value, I think, for the price you pay. So overall, great box, yay. The only thing I didn't like and didn't really use that much was the brush. But that's again because I don't really like big brushes. Anyway, let me know what you think about the box, about the paints, about what I did with it, and my fail in getting the optical illusion to work. And yeah, we will see us in another video. Next week I will post the video of all the boxes that I got from the upgrade box. So stay tuned for that and have a great time. And until next time, bye.